Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the Complete 180 Experience. Come on, it's your host, Daryl Williams Jr., and I'm just super excited. I was just sitting over here just now, and I was reading through all the comments, and it sounds like you had some amazing summer vacations so far. I'm looking at all the different areas that people are going. I saw Aruba. Like, come on, I saw Thailand. Shout out to my mom, right? Commenting, going to Thailand, South Carolina to the beach. So awesome. You guys had an amazing job. I just want to say that I'm super impressed that you showed up. Why? Because it's summertime right now for most of us. Let me know in the comment section if anybody has already begun going back to school, or if you are just, kind of counting down the days until the school year begins, right? Did school start yet for you? Are we heading back this week, in a couple of weeks? Like, let me know when things are happening for you. And I just want to commend you, because I don't know how much you realize the power that you're having right now as you are learning over the summer vacation, right? So it's funny. So I don't know about you. Let me know if this is you. So for me, I remember growing up, and sometimes when I had a stomach ache or a headache or something wasn't feeling right to me, I would think that I would need to go to the doctor, right? Is anybody else like that? Like, we go to the doctor when we're not feeling well, right? Sometimes what would happen in my family is that my parents would just say, just go to sleep. Go to sleep. What is going to sleep gonna do for anybody, right? But they would just be like, just go to sleep and everything will feel better. And it's funny because I would go to sleep, and then sometimes I would wake up and feel better, right? But then I realized that it wasn't actually the sleep that was healing me. See, I thought that because I was sleeping, that the sleep is what was healing me. But I learned recently that what happens when you go to sleep, watch this. What happens when you go to sleep is that your body actually goes through like cellular regeneration, and it starts to repair tissues in your body. And as you're going to sleep, your white blood cells are going to fight off infection. Because you are sleeping, what happens is your body goes to work to fight off the thing that was making you feel bad. Watch this, pay attention. As you are sleeping, your body goes to work to fight off the thing that was making you feel bad. So it's not actually the rest that heals you. It's the work that happens while you rest that are healing you. What am I saying? Listen, right now it's summer vacation. A lot of people think, it's some of us went back today, but some of us are saying, listen, I just need to rest. I just need to put my feet up somewhere. I don't need to think about school. Like, don't talk to me about anything. But if you only rest and don't put in any work, then next school year is just going to be a replay of last school year. But for those of you that are on the call right now, that you showed up, you're here at the Complete 180 conference. You said, even though I'm resting, I'm going to put in a little bit of work as well to make next school year my best school year. So shout out to you. Let me see the number 180 in the chat. Shout out to you for being here, for putting in a little bit of work while you rest, so that next school year is truly your best school year. We want to make sure that you start off this school year right and end it with power. When it lasts all 180 days, that's what the Complete 180 is. I'm super excited for you to be here today. And we're going to dive in to talk about what are some of the things that you can expect here on this live call. Now, as you're here, there are quite a few things that you need to know, and we'll make sure that you know them right here, right now. So I'll start. The first thing is, I want to make sure that you optimize your experience to be the best experience possible. So let me know how many of us have already, seen what's happening inside of Impact, right? Right now, you might be watching on YouTube. You might be watching on LinkedIn or Facebook. You might be watching somewhere else. But the real magic is happening inside of Impact, because inside of Impact is where you'll be able to see the recordings from the sessions, to see the breakout sessions from different presenters, as well as participate in challenges, which will allow you to win prizes, engage in the community. Like, inside, right? Watching the live session is cool, but being inside of Impact is really where you are going to see the most value. So I just wanted to make sure that you understood that. So if you're watching right now live, make sure that you figure out how to join Impact on the inside, so that you can register, so we can just help you get really locked in and ready for this school year. Okay. Another way to make sure that we optimize our experience is to make sure that you tune in however is the best way possible for you. There's so many different ways that you can tune in. right? You can tune in on the phone. You can tune in on the app, whatever works for you. If you are driving right now, right? If you are cooking dinner, if you are, no matter where you are, or what you're doing, tune in. We just love that you are here and ready. The best way that you can consume information, that's what we are here for you. Let me answer some of the frequently asked questions. We got so many people that keep asking questions, and I love it. I just want to make sure that I give you exactly what it is that you are looking for. A lot of people are asking me, like, where do I find the workbook? Where do I find the workbook? Well, let me help you out. The workbook was emailed today, July 28th. The workbook was emailed today. And if you have the enhanced experience, or if you have the lifetime experience, or you have the VIP experience, which we'll talk about in a little bit, then a workbook came included with your ticket option. So if you have one of those three experiences, you should have the workbook, which is going to allow you to follow along with the presenters, the presentations, to take notes, to take it with you. There's a self-assessment quiz that'll let you know which skills you need to be working on. So if you're wondering, where's my workbook? We emailed it out today. And if you're wondering, how do I get a workbook? Then you definitely want to look at some of those enhanced experiences. All right. So just answering that question for you. Here's another question. The beautiful part about Impact is that it's not, you don't just go in here and learn. I don't know if you notice what's happening right now. You are part of a groundbreaking, innovative experience where there have been conferences in the past, in-person conferences where you get a great keynote speaker. We have a couple of them here. It's a great keynote speaker. Then there's breakout sessions, but you kind of have to choose which breakout session you want to go to and things like that. Inside the Complete 180, not only do you have this live session, right, but you also have the pre-recorded breakout sessions that you can watch as many times as you want, all of them. You don't have to worry about them happening all at the same time. And if you haven't been in the community, you'll see how engaged the community is. You can ask your questions. You can let people know what things are on your mind. What are some things that are working in your classroom? What are you learning in these breakout sessions, right? I love it. So if the way that you can make sure that you can set a post, like if you have a question or you want to start a conversation inside of Impact, you actually have to be at a level 2. What does that even mean? Well, it means that there just needs to be some interaction on your profile. The easiest way to get to level 2 is to comment on somebody else's post and to like somebody else's comments. If you comment on other people's posts and you like other people's comments, then that'll show that you are engaged in the community, and it'll level you up to level 2, which then allows you to post, right? So people are asking, how can I ask a question? Boom. Just engage, right? Comment, like each other's posts, and that'll help everybody level up so that we can all post and ask questions. All right. Love it. Keep working, keep working, keep working. All right. Now we're doing some giveaways tonight based on the challenges. All right. Somebody asked, do I have to be on live in order to get the giveaway? No, you don't have to be on live, right? Live is where we will reveal the winner, but you don't have to be on live. We'll post inside the community to see who won the nightly giveaways. Tonight's nightly giveaway is super exclusive. I think you're going to love it. Stay tuned to figure out what it is, but you don't have to be on live. We love if you can, but we understand that life happens. You can catch the replay inside of Impact. Once all of the live sessions are uploaded, then those who are lifetime learners, you'll go ahead and get your recording sent to you. That being said, I don't know about you, but I'm super excited. If anybody was a part of the 180 conference in March, first of all, let me see you in the comment section, because I want to celebrate you and I want to shout you out. But if you were a part of the Complete 180 conference in March, you know that we got it started right. We kicked it off with my man, Mr. Hal Bowman, back in March, and back by popular demand, we did feedback at the end, and everybody was like, bring Hal back, bring Hal back. I love his story. I want to hear him speak again. Bring Hal back. So I reached out to Hal and he said, absolutely, because teachers deserve it. And I'm super proud that he's here. So glad that he was available. So Hal, my man.
Yeah. How are you, brother?
Man, I'm great. It's hilarious because I'm looking at the picture and I was gonna say, this is an old picture. He has a beard now, he's out here looking like Santa Claus. Then you popped up on camera and you look just like the picture.
Yo, man, listen, that beard I had going on. I finally shaved it off. It came down here. And but you know what? I found some car keys in the beard. I've been looking for it about a year and a half.
See, that's the problem. You might want to toggle your mic just a little bit. Might have been a little light connection there, or light disconnection. Check your mic for us, and you should be good.
How about it?
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
For me, man, I hear a little bit of delay. So there's like I speak and like a second later I hear myself. Is there a delay?
It's not a delay, but it just got a little fuzzy again.
Huh. I don't know what to tell you. How about that?
That one sounds good to me. How we looking?
All right.
Well, the comment section saying we got a little bit of an echo.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Do you have headphones?
I don't.
I think my voice is coming out of your speaker and your mic.
All right, so maybe let me move out the way though and let you do your thing.
Let's see if it works. Echo. That's what I'm looking for. Thanks, Cheryl. How about that? A little bit. Still an echo. Oh my goodness. Hang on. You tell him, Chris. Mute his mic. Check. Let's see. I think if anybody else has their mics on, whether it's maybe Sophie or Daryl, that might. You guys mute that might help. I love all the teacher comments. You have a comment section for teachers and everyone's troubleshooting. Everyone's trying to figure it out. It's awesome. How about it? Yeah? Do we do it? All right. So I think it was because the slides were on the screen. You guys want to put the slides back up just to see if that was it? We'll kind of do a little troubleshooting and see me in the slides. Did that fix it? Yeah. Does that fix everybody? Let us know, Chris, Cheryl, Krista. Yeah. All right, we got it fixed. Here we go. Awesome, man. Listen, I'll tell you what I did recently, and I do it all the time. Is I recently went to a teacher conference, and I speak at a couple hundred across the nation every year. And listen, man, but like when I'm not at the conference, I'm going to conferences, and when I'm speaking at a conference, I check out every breakout I can, because man, what I'm trying to do is like I'm trying to find just a thing, maybe 1, 2, 3 things maybe that I can take away and use or steal and customize it, make it even better, and teach to other people. And I went to a conference recently, and there's about, I don't know, man, maybe 100 people in the audience, and the facilitator was on stage, and she was talking about how, kids are kids, man. Like, kids are the same as they have always been. And she's been in the game for 25 years, which is awesome. And I've been in the game for 35, and and I thought to myself, kids have not changed. Are you crazy? Like, I don't know about you, man, but I've been like, when I got in this game in 1990, like the kids today are way different than what they were in 1990. Yes, they had the same physiology and biology and all this stuff. But you know what, man? Like for me, like teaching is different. Kids are different. Principals are different. The schoolhouse is different. The curriculum, like expectations are different. Everything is different. But what I think it always comes down to is the same question. And it's the same question that we're trying to answer every day to be a great teacher. It still comes down to the same question. And that is, how can I connect with these kids? How can I connect at a depth where I can communicate the content of my classroom in such a way that I impact this kid's character? Because that's what it comes down to, man. Like it comes down, like if you think about the best kids you've ever had, the most incredible students you ever had, you know what they were? They were great people. They either showed up on your doorstep day one, first day of school with that stuff already in place, or you made them like that once they joined your classroom family. And for me, as we kick off this conference, as we kick off this session, as we launch into the school year, that's what it really comes down to me, is answering that question, is how can I connect at a depth with these kids in such a way that I can communicate the content of my classroom so I can change this kid's character. Because I think as a teacher, like that, like that's all we really want. Like deep down inside, we all want to be the one. We want to be the one that changes a kid's life. Like that's what we signed up to do. And yeah, I want to stuff a little knowledge into the noggin for sure. But really, what I want, and I know it's selfish. Like I get it. It's 100% selfish. I know, but I want this kid to have a different life because of me. I want to shift the trajectory of the student's life because of what happened in my classroom. And I want that to be, I want this kid when he's 40 telling his kids on the first day of school about me and my classroom and everything we did. And I think deep down inside, man, like ultimately that's what we all want, because being able to connect with kids at a depth, we're able to communicate the content of our classroom in such a way that we impact the kid's character. That's really the foundation for student success. Like when you get rid of all of it, like how do we do that? And I got to tell you, man, at the end of this, as people are walking away or driving away or finishing their dinner or doing the dishes, whatever you got going on, if there's a few things that you learn, man, I really hope I can communicate those to you today. I mean, you know, as I'm thinking right now, I remember the last teaching, like in the trenches, in the classroom job I had. I was teaching at a high school. I had a half day at the high school and a half day at the elementary. And what I was doing is all the kids that came back from an alternative learning campus, you know, those kids that got sent away. And to when they were coming back, my job was to get them into school and shut down the recidivism rate so they don't go back to alternative school, and get them plugged in, get them successful. And man, like we did we did a great job at it. And you know what was crazy is like teachers are always asking me, how do you do that? Like you love those kids. Like, how do you love those kids? They're animals. Like, how do you love them? And I always thought that was such an interesting question. Because what they didn't realize is when those kids showed up in the classroom, I didn't know the kid. I couldn't love the kid because I didn't know the kid. And because I didn't love the kid, because I didn't know the kid, I loved the kid. Like I actively loved the kid. I loved the kid so I could feel the emotion. It was the action, it was the verb first. So then I could feel the emotion of love. And man, there's like a direct relationship between how much you love a kid and how much you know a kid. If you don't love a kid, you just don't know that kid enough. I promise you. Like when it comes to those kind of kids, because when we're talking about teaching, brother, like that's what it comes down to. Like I get it. Teaching is fun when they sit in the front row and they're smiling at you, you know, and they're doing the work and they're answering questions. Like that's fun. But I'm not sure that's even really teaching. I think that's just talking. Like teaching is taking a kid who really doesn't want to be there and transforming that kid, taking that kid through, facilitating the metamorphosis of that kid. So we change a kid's life, and that kid, like that's the glory of teaching, and that's what I want. Listen, I want in my classroom, man. I want like a tent revival. I want people getting saved. I want lives getting changed. I want walking out the door a different human being. And the question is, how do we do that? And listen, when I showed up, and this might be your first year teacher, I saw a ton of first year teachers signed up for this. This might be your 10th year, your 20th. It doesn't matter. It always comes down to the same question: is how can I connect with this kid at a depth where I can communicate the content of my classroom so I can impact this kid's character and change that kid's life. And man, my first lesson for me started when I was my first day of school, my first day teaching, and I was fired up for my first day. And this is 35 years ago in 1990. And I couldn't even sleep. I'm just pacing around the house, you know, in the house, my little apartment, my studio apartment I had, you know, I couldn't even sleep. So I'm so fired up I had all different kinds of clothes laid out on the bed I was going to wear that day. You know, I'm making sure I look good. I want to look like a professional, man. And I showed up at the schoolhouse and it's dark, man. It's still dark outside. I'm waiting on the custodian to let me in. And I'm telling you, I get in that classroom, and I started in January. Like I student taught in the fall. I found a job January 3rd, Monday morning, and I'm kicking this thing off. And and I get in there, and I taught in a tiny little town, man, a little town. It was K through 12 in one schoolhouse. We teach them all, right? Whether crisscross applesauce, or the big heady, tall bearded, neck tattooed married ones. And because in those little Texas towns, man, in those little tiny towns in the South, they get married. Like if you find somebody you're not all that related to, you lock it down, man. You get them off the market. You marry them fast. And so I walk in there, and man, I stand before those kids on that first day, and I'm 22 years old. And I look at that, and I look in the eyes of these little kids, and they look at me, and I could see in the eyes of these kids, and they're all children, right? The little bitty ones and the big hairy ones they're all sometimes at the junior high and the high school level, we forget that those are children, right? But if you look at the brain scan of that kid, a 17-year-old, it looks just like a 7-year-old. It doesn't look like a 27-year-old. That's a child in there. And yes, they have very adult language and adult behaviors, and they dress like an adult. They're wearing the costume of an adult, but that's a child. And I remember standing before those children and look in their eyes, and it was so profoundly obvious that these little people hate me. They hate my guts, and they were mean, and I was meaner. They scream at me. I scream, and I drive home my little apartment, and I'm crying, and I step into my apartment, and there's my mom. And in my family, there's so many teachers that when you begin your career, people are going to move in to help. It's like having a baby. Like they're coming in for a couple of weeks, push. They're going to swaddle you up and feed you and rock you to sleep at night. They know you're going to cry. Everybody teaches. My mom, my aunts, my uncles, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, everybody teaches. And my sister, everybody, except for my dad. He doesn't do that. I don't know what he does, honestly. He drinks scotch, I'll tell you that. And so I step in there, and I'm crying. There's my mom. Welcome to teaching. I'm like, it was horrible. It was they're mean. He just, yes, welcome to teaching. And I sit on the couch, and I'm crying, and my feet hurt. I got the flu already. And my aunt's crying, and I'm crying, and I'm disappointed in my aunt, and I'm crying, and she's the best teacher I've ever seen. I just wanted to make her proud. And I'm crying. And then I realized she's not crying. She's laughing at me, and she's laughing. Now I'm crying harder because she's laughing at me. And my mom brings me some food, and I remember taking a bite, and I fall asleep on the couch. And it feels like 5 minutes later, man, she is rocking me. It's time to go to school. Wake up. It's time to teach. I'm like, I don't want to go. None of us do. Come on. And the second day was worse than the first. It's like these kids had after school rehearsals on how to be mean, and they were meaner, and I was louder, and every day got worse and worse and worse. And how those kids think you teachers must stay up all night thinking of ways to make my life miserable. I was, man. I had like a little notebook next to the bed, it is on tomorrow, Trevor, and every day got worse. And finally, I come home on Friday, my first Friday, January 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and I stumble into the apartment crying. There's my mom still sitting there. My aunt gave up. She left. But my mom's there. And she's sitting at my little table I got at the yard sale. And she says, "You're not going to make it." I'm like, "Mom, this is nothing I ever wanted to do. If you can do it, I can do it." She goes, "I'm not talking about as a career. I'm talking about the spring break. There's no way." Do you know what your problem is? You haven't thought specifically what you want for your kids as a result of them spending their lives with you. I'm like, "Yes, I have. Specifically, I want them to shut up and sit down. That's what I want. Specific." She goes, No. We'll get to that. You've accepted the most honorable, the most important profession on the planet, the most important responsibility, teaching kids. The leaders of tomorrow sitting in your classroom today, and you haven't even thought for a second what you want for those kids. And you know what? At the age of 22 with a 5-day teaching career, man, I was just trying to figure out the copy code. And she said, "It's okay, we'll figure it out." And she pulled out her yellow legal pad that she carries around everywhere she goes. If your mama's a teacher, trust me, she's got a yellow legal pad everywhere she goes. She still carries it around. She's 89 now, but she has it, in case she has to educate somebody in public. She's retired, but she's still teaching in public. Like at the Target. Yo, come here. Where's your mother? It's like, Mom, leave her alone. That lady works here. Stop. And she pulls out her yellow legal pad. She slides it across the table to me, and she says, "You pick up the pen and you begin to write. If you have anything, if you could have anything for your kids as a result of them spending their lives with you, what would it be? If you could have anything." And I wrote a little something down, and she rip it and crumble, throw it away, dig a little deeper. And I try it again and rip it. And for you, what would it be for you if you could have anything for your kids as a result of them spending their lives with you? The most important adult of influence that they'll ever have. It's you. What would it be, man? What's the real lesson? The one they can't find on the Googles. The one they can't dial up that AI can't teach them. What is it for you? You know what's crazy? When I was in school in the 70s, dude, like you had to learn information. Like you had to learn stuff. What are you gonna do? Pull your wagon around with the Encyclopedia Britannica? Now, kids today, everything that's known to mankind is in their pocket on the phone. What is it they can't find on the phone? What's the real lesson? Because you know what? The most challenging kid that you had last year, the one you're going to have this year, might be the same kid if he failed. At some point, he's going to be walking his kid to the first day of school in August or September. He'll be walking his kid to the first day of school. And I love watching the first graders go to class on the first day. They're kind of hanging on to mom or dad's, 2 fingers. It's all they get their hand around. They're kind of being dragged, marched, guided to the first class on the first day to meet. And I love and you can see the eyes, the tears well up on the lower lid of the eyes on the first grader, and the kid blinks a little bit too hard, and here comes one tear, and here comes the other tear, and now your student, now the father, holding the hand of his daughter, going to first grade on the first day. He's going to see the tears streaming down the cheeks of his daughter, and he's going to get on his knees right there because he learned that from you. He wants to be eye to eye with her because he learned it from you, the way you would work with him at his desk, the way you would kneel down at his desk, and he's going to put his hands on his shoulders because he learned that from you. So she knows that she is safe. And he's going to look into her eyes. He's going to talk with her because that kid learned from you that you don't talk at kids, you don't talk about kids, you talk with kids. And he's going to talk with his daughter. You know what he's going to say? No, baby, no. Those tears right there, those are tears of joy and tears of happiness and tears of wonder. You know why? Because you're about to meet your teacher. In fact, let me tell you about the best teacher I ever had. And he's going to tell him about you. What do you want that conversation to be? It could be anything. We just need to know what you want for your kids. Dig down deep for just a moment. If you could have anything for your kids, what's the real lesson of your classroom? It's the one lesson that lasts forever. Type it into the chat real quick. What is it? Is it self-acceptance, personal responsibility, perseverance, love? Learn how to love themselves enough so they can love other people. To learn that to feel what it's like to have someone believe in them, believe in them, believe in that kid enough for the both of you, so that kid can finally learn to believe in themselves. What is it? Maslow before it blooms all day. What is that? What is that for that kid? If you could have anything, what would it be? What's the real lesson of the classroom? Because you know what? At the reunion, at the reunion, I went to my 30th. I had a 30th high school reunion. There's a 40th coming up. Damn, I'm old. You know what happens at the reunion? Anybody been to a 30th? You know what happens? You sit around the tables, and you see, see everybody, and you think, damn, hope I don't look that old. And after you get past that, you know what you talk about at the reunion? You talk about your kooky teachers. Yeah, that's you. And you know what they're gonna say? They say, "Oh my gosh, do you remember her? She was amazing. Remember Miss Margaret? You remember her? I remember she taught us that you can have whatever you want if you set your mind to it. I remember that. Yeah, man. Remember Miss Danielle? Perseverance and hope. Remember Miss Danielle was stood at the classroom door and she said handshake, high five, or hug. You remember that? Yeah, sometimes I went with a hug. Yeah. Remember that man? I remember that man. Yeah, he was there. He every day taught me how to shake hands. He said, he called it a professional handshake. Taught me how to shake hands, and I'd try to jive, shake it up, and he said, "No, it's professional. I'm going to learn. I'm going to teach you how to." He told me I can do those handshakes with my friends. He said it was a professional handshake. Taught me how to shake hands like a professional. He said, nice and firm. Made us look him in the eye when we shook hands. And you know what? Every day I walk in, he said, "Good morning, son. How are you? Call me son." And that school year, I still remember that. For me, that school year, that was the year my parents got the trial separation. That's what they called it. At that age, man, you believe it's a trial. And you know what, man? Like on Sunday afternoons that school year, I'd stand at the window and I would wait because my dad told me he's coming to visit. 3:00, he told me, and I'd be at that window at 2:30. And I was staring. And when you're a little guy, man, and your dad's gonna come visit once a week on Sunday, you vibrate with excitement. And I'm looking out the window at 2:30. I'm there at 2:35 at 2:45, and you're thinking the clock is slow. What is going on, Mom? Fix the clock. I'm there at 2:50, 2:55, and the clock strikes 3:00, and I'm looking at the driveway, and it's still empty. And 3:05, and he's not there. And 3:10, and 3:15, nothing. And 3:30, 3:45. I just wait. My mom would rub my back. I remember. She would say, "Go get the glove, get the ball. I'll throw the ball with you. I'll play catch." She can't throw. But you know what? Every Little League game I had that year, you know who was there? That teacher, that man was there. That teacher was there. "Come on now. Let's go. You got it. You can do." I didn't get a single hit that year. "You got it this time." He would say, he said, "Hey, man, get on the other side of the plate. You might be left-handed. Try that. Just hold the bat out there. Maybe the pitcher will hit the bat with the ball. Come on, son." You know what? That school year, that was my dad. That was my dad. My dad, he was in the elementary school. He taught some class called social studies. Dude, I don't know anything about social studies. I don't know anything. To this day, I couldn't even tell you. I don't know how many continents there are, or names of states, or capitals, or none of that. I don't know anything. Doesn't matter. I got a phone for that. I'll tell you what I did learn. I learned how to be a father. I learned how to love people relentlessly. I learned how to not give up. I learned that people make mistakes, and man, you give them another opportunity, and they're probably going to mess that one up, and it doesn't matter. You give them another chance to be amazing, and they're going to come back, and another chance to be fantastic. as he called it, fantabulous. And I learned how to be a husband. I learned how to be a dad. I learned how to be a man. Learn how to be an adult. What is it for you? If you could have anything for your kids as a result of them spending their lives with you, what's the real lesson? Man, I think it all comes down to the same thing. You know what we all want? We all want to, as we step into the classroom to change the lives of kids, we all want the same thing. We all want to have that academic impact. We all want to have a personal impact. We want to be able to stuff the knowledge into that kid's noggin, implant it into that kid's heart, and even more, we all want it to last forever. And the question always comes down to the same thing. How do I connect with the kid in such a way so I can deliver the content of my classroom so that impacts this kid's character? I am telling you, our kids are desperate to know what you want for them, to be able to articulate that for them every day. That eliminates all those questions of why do we have to do this? This is dumb. I hate this. What do we do? It eliminates all that. And more important than that is letting our kids know why we're there. Think about think about just right here in the chat. It is the most educated people on the planet, a group of people who chose to teach. We could do anything. Even in today's economy, we could leave this career, go somewhere else, and make the same, if not more money, but yet we come back. And it gets harder every year, and we come back. And they might give you the pay raise, but the cost of insurance has gone up more than that. So you're really making less money than you were last year, but we come back and we come back. And over 1 million teachers have left this profession in the last 10 years, but we come back and we come back. And kids are desperate to know why. It's really those two things that they're desperate for. What do you want for your kids as a result of them spending their lives with you? And why? Why do you do this? Because you know what kids see? Kids leave. They think about how tired teachers are. Think about how you feel on a Friday. Like this is deep into October. You know, October is a little painful. This is like October 73rd. And kids, the last bell of the day rings on Friday, and kids are out the door and down the hallway. It's the herd of sheeple going down the hall, and they pass that one teacher who's massaging her temples. And they pass two teachers massaging each other's temples, and they see that thinking, look at those, man. I wonder why they keep coming back, man. I don't know. And they get on the bus, and the buses are leaving, and parents are picking them up, and you see those teachers in the parking lot, they're banging their head on the steering wheel of a car, massaging. Look at them. There they are. I know they keep coming back. I wonder why. What is that for you? And I realize that this game, this teaching game, it's almost become this taboo word. It's like the W word. Why? And maybe that is true if it's coming from your administrator, but this question isn't coming from them. It's coming from your kids. They're desperate to know why. They see the pain. They see the suffering. They see how tired you are. They know how educated that. They know you could do anything, but we come back. So the question is, man, who do I need to be for those kids? I know what I know what I want for them. I know why I'm coming back. The deepest reason of all. And who do I need to be? Because if the kid's going to be it, they got to see it. I got to show it if I'm going to grow it in that kid. So when the kid steps into the classroom, no longer. I remember, man, in the 70s, we were doing book reports on our heroes. Our kids don't have heroes anymore. It's you. That's all that they have. They don't have the fictional heroes that we have. Think about what's on TV, what's online, what's in their minds. They don't have that. It's you. It's the one person who lives their life so authentically and congruently, walking the walk, not just talking the talk, but walking the walk. It is you. The leaders of tomorrow sitting in your classroom today. As you begin this year, I'm begging you, Before, years ago, I used to ask. Now I'm begging to take a few moments and think, if I could have anything for my kids, what would it be? What's the real lesson I want them to walk away with? The one they're going to pass down in the legacy of their family. I remember sitting there with my mom, writing on that yellow legal pad. You know what she told me back then in 1990? She told me that on average, the research in 1990 was, on average, a kid spends 7 minutes a day of direct interaction with a parent. 7 minutes in 1990. This is before our elementary kids had cell phones. This is before the babies on the iPad at the restaurant. This is before mom is addicted to TikTok. Like, what is it now? How many minutes a day of direct interaction, one-on-one, eyeball to eyeball, does a kid have with a parent? Today, but the one adult they do have is you. They're desperate to know what you want for your kids, why you're there, why you choose to show up every day and pour your heart out to these kids. And they are desperate to have that role model. You. Listen, man, if you signed up to change a kid's life, this is the Super Bowl. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying it's worth it. Like, there's also a direct interaction between how hard something is and how worth it is. Man, it is really hard right now. And I'm telling you, it's never been more worth it to teach in the classroom than you. I appreciate you guys so much, man. Thank you so much for having me. Man, this is going to be an amazing conference. I'm so honored to be a part of it. And let me also say that, yeah, man, keynotes are fun and breakouts are cool, but really where professional development, where lives are changed for teachers, just like kids in the classroom, that's where lives are changed for kids. Lives are also changed for teachers in the classroom, and being a part of that community, man, that's where it's really at. So for all you guys that get involved in that, man, I mean, there's no more of a testament to a commitment to professional development than that. So I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much.
All right, show up, Hal. Thank you, man. Thank you for showing up. I was over here getting inspired myself. You know, I don't know, man. Man, shout out. I've heard you speak several times, man, and in person on conferences just like this. And every time you just say something that just hits home. And I just really truly appreciate it. I know the community does, because I'm reading the comment section and I'm hearing it and I'm feeling all the feels. And I know that if I'm feeling it, so is everybody else. So thanks for sharing your story, your vulnerability. And yeah, we needed that, man.
Yeah, man. Can I tell you one more thing that happened recently?
Come on now.
All right, listen, man. So there's a dude who called me, and he's writing a book, and they're writing a book about a relationship between a teacher and a kid. And so he contacted a bunch of teachers, and he asked me if there's a student I want to, feature about my relationship with the kid. I said, yeah, man. So I contacted the kid, and this kid, he was in the high school with me, and he was one of my, kids that went to the alternative school, and he has had some special needs that we thought he needed, but apparently he didn't, because he turned out, I mean, he's just a super successful guy. And by success, I mean, yeah, he has a crazy job, makes a ton of money, but more importantly, that has a beautiful family and an awesome wife, an awesome relationship. And so we reconnected, and this dude is about 40 now. And we sat down for coffee and talked about what we're going to put in this book. And I did some big stuff for this kid. I mean, really big things. Like for example, he played guitar and sang. So I drove him to Austin, Texas, got him in a studio, found like these amazing musicians, helped him record a CD when he was in high school. We everybody donated. Like I arranged this whole thing, and I said, "Hey, brother, how about when you made that CD? Remember that? I took you to Austin." And like he was like, "Oh, was that you?" Yeah, it was
Was
me,
that
man.
you?
and like there's a few more things. How about this? And he couldn't remember. He goes, "Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah." And but the things he did remember were like the tiniest things. Man, it was like the tiniest little things that I said that he remembers to this day with such clarity. And so I realized, like, the older I get, the more I do this gig, man, I realize it's not like these monumental moments that we're trying to create with kids, like these mountaintop momentous experiences. It's the littlest things that changes a kid's life. And so when before I was trying to say just the right thing to just the right kid at just the right time, now, dude, I say all the things to all the kids all
All the time.
because I'm just trying to improve my odds, man. You know, if it really it's the littlest things that they can recall, the littlest details, the littlest conversations. Like I'm
Mhm.
trying to bring up these amazing memories I have of these giant things we did together. He's
Yeah.
like, "Hey man, you remember that time we had Frito pie at the basketball game and the bleachers?" What? You know? But
Mhm.
he remembers like every word of those conversations. Just
And it's funny,
fascinating.
right? Like, yeah, because you never know, man. You never know the seeds that you plant and how far they're going to go.
Never, never, never. And so, man, like beginning this year, like that's my focus with teachers in my own teaching is just, man, I'm not planting giant seeds. I'm not planting the acorn of a giant oak, man. I'm just sunflower seeds, spreading them
Mhm.
everywhere.
Put
All the
'em all
little ones. Yeah, just
something's
I'm
gonna
just
stick, right?
yeah, it's broadcasting them everywhere.
Awesome. Well, you definitely helped us tonight. I know somebody has some things that we're holding on to, many different nuggets that we're holding on to. So you're doing it right. Keep it going, man.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Give it a one more time for Hal Bowman, y'all. I appreciate you. Is this fun? Is this, the Complete 180 conference? Is this what you expected? We had our breakout sessions all throughout the day, and now we have our live session here tonight. I'm looking up right now. We have 68 people on the call. And I just can I just can I be honest with you all very quickly, just real quickly. I just want to be honest. I was sitting back here wondering if I was going to say this or not, and I've decided that I am. And I was struggling, y'all. I was struggling about 23 minutes ago, and it's crazy because I remember sitting here, and the last time we did the Complete 180 conference was months ago, March, and this has been on my mind, on my calendar for months, for weeks, finding the different presenters, thinking about the topics, like who's going to be here, how are we going to really impact these teachers. And as I got here and sat down, you saw it, you witnessed it, things were just happening. All right, and I was sitting here, my kids are making noise in the background when the stream started, and then the video that was supposed to play didn't play. And Hal and I are echoing back and forth. My lights all extra bright. Like none of this was happening during sound check, right? And and I'm sitting here, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is not what I envisioned it was going to be. Like it's not going well. Like what is happening right now? So when Hal started speaking, I went mute and I put my head down. I was like, this is not what I thought was going to happen. And then as I was sitting there and listening to Hal, and as I was sitting there just kind of processing my thoughts, my feelings, I picked my head up and I realized that based on the analytics, over 500,000 people saw an ad or a post or something about the Complete 180 conference. Over 1,200 people registered for this conference. Right, over 400 people have engaged inside the impact community over the last couple of days. And right now, as I look at the number, I see the number 68. And I'm looking at that number, and I've realized it is not just a number. That is 68 real people on live right now that did not show up to the Complete 180 conference because they wanted perfection. They showed up because they wanted inspiration. And our job on the other side of this camera is to make sure that we deliver on the promise that we said we were going to do. And I was sitting here thinking, it's not perfect. It's not going like the way things are supposed to go. And God was like, relax. That's 68 real lives, 68 real teachers that are really stepping into the classroom in the next couple of weeks that really want practical strategies for immediate impact for their students. And it is our job to help with that inspiration. So I just had to shift my mindset, and I'm back in a good space now. And I just appreciate you for being here. Like, shout out to you. Right. I'm looking at the comments, watching how engaged you are, how we're not judging. We're not, saying we're not logging off. Like the numbers are actually growing. And I'm just so overwhelmed by the fact that these are real lives, and I just hope that we give and deliver on exactly what you wanted to show up for. So I hope that how was there and giving what you wanted to give. But I also want you to realize this: in your classrooms, there will definitely be times where things don't go according to plan. There will definitely be times where that lesson falls flat, where the thing that you saw on TikTok, you said, I'm gonna try it in my classroom, and then you try it and it doesn't actually work for your students. You know what I'm talking about, right? When you come in and the days is just off, like something is not happening, and you think to yourselves, this is just a wash. But the reality of the situation is your students don't step into your classroom for perfection. They don't need you to be perfect. They need your love, your care, and your support. And even when things are not going the way that they're supposed to go, it's not time to give up. It's time to give more focus, more energy, more attention, more love, more care, more support. Keep showing up for your students, even in the times when things aren't going perfectly. With that being said, I hope that I hope that you are feeling, I hope that you understand. I decided we're just gonna have fun. That's what we're here. We're teachers. This is what we do. So what I'm actually gonna do, there was a video that was supposed to play right after the intro video, and it's by my friend Mr. Tom Pache. He's helping me host this conference. He sent in a pre-recorded video. It was supposed to seamlessly play right after, but that video did not load. But I think now is a good time to show that video. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show that video so that you can actually see it, because he worked really hard on it.
Welcome to the Complete 180 Conference, everybody. My name is Tom Pache, educator, keynote speaker, and magician, which means every night I'm going to be kicking things off with you in a completely unique way. By the end of this conference, all of you will learn how to own your magic and crush your school year like never before. That's because we've gathered some of the best educators, trainers, and speakers from around the country, including tonight's kickoff keynote by my man, Hal Bowman. He's going to be taking the virtual stage in just a few minutes, and every keynote will be coming to you live, while our breakout sessions are pre-recorded and then released inside of Impact via the school website or app. We also have a whole bunch of prizes that you don't want to miss out on. Trust me, it's going to feel like being able to print from a toy catalog right through the internet. Now, to do this, you're going to want to complete the challenges inside of Impact, and then tune in nightly to see if you've won. This is incredible. Click the link in the description if you need to upgrade your experience. I would do that. In fact, I'm also going to make sure that my devices here are up to speed. I go a step further. This might be a little bit unnecessary, but I clean the outside of my screen. And I also do that. Anybody else do this? I go kind of overboard. I'm also cleaning the inside. Does anybody else do this, or is this just me? Yeah, maybe a bit much. I feel better about it, but you don't have to do that. The point is, it's all about you and us connecting across the internet together to form one amazing community. Now, I know that this year, like many years, presents its challenges, and many more are going to be coming their way. I've been in the classroom in 4th grade and 6th grade for over 20 years, and I can tell you that I've had my fair share of life poking some holes in my plans, both in the classroom and out. But I've discovered that we can either decide to treat those problems as such, or start to see them as opportunities. In fact, sometimes when it feels like one door is closing, it's really because life is just showing us a new one is opening. In fact, maybe that's why you're here right now. You see, my job as a magician, and yours as an educator as well, is to help people see things differently. It's kind of fun to do the impossible at times. I can even move one problem from one place to another. I wish it was that easy for all of us, but the truth is I'm not actually solving problems if I'm just moving them around. If we really want to make an impact, the best way to approach any challenge is the way we're all doing it right here, and that is together. So I'm going to ask all of you over the next few days to dive in, become invested in what we're doing, connect with one another, light up the chat, let us know what you're thinking, and do one more thing for me. Expect the unexpected. There are no camera tricks. This is right now going to be an investment in your future and your students' future. And we are so excited that you decided to join us. Now, before I bring out our keynote of the evening and introduce you to the man who put all of this together, I do want to just make sure that our sound is up to speed. Can we just get a quick sound check? Is that okay? Yeah. Can you let me know if you can hear me okay? Are we good on this? Whoa. Is it me? I just feel like, yeah. No, because I feel like one of these, is it me, or are you getting like one of them? I feel like it's almost like a bigger or a loud, like a bigger sound. Is that just okay? That was kind of stupid. But I will tell you that all of us are here to help one another. So feel free to comment below, light up that chat, let us know what you're thinking, if we can help you in any way. And it is my honor, my pleasure to turn things over to my good friend, the one and only Daryl Williams Jr. Give it up for the man himself. Daryl, how are you, buddy?
All right, that's my man Tom Pache again. He was supposed to play right away, get us kick-started for the night, but don't worry, he will be back tomorrow, and I'm getting us kick-started. He told you all about himself. Not only is he an amazing educator and has been amazing educator for so many years, but also magician, keynote speaker, all these great things. He's going to help us find our magic and own our magic throughout the course of this year. So far, how are we feeling? Are we receiving the value? Are we seeing how these things are going? Are we feeling inspired? Are we getting ready to head into this next school year and make the impact that only we can? I'm super excited. I'm reading the chat and noticing that that is exactly what is happening. So we're going to continue going. You know, this whole conference, as you notice, is based on the 6 principles of effective instruction. So you've noticed it on the conference website. You noticed it inside the presenters. It's based on the 6 principles of effective instruction. And as you look on the screen, you'll see all 6 principles of effective instruction. Now, these 6 principles of effective instruction are not things that are just made up, right? No, rather, these are things that every highly effective teacher is able to do. Every highly effective teacher is able to encourage, to engage, to empower, to evaluate their students. They also know how to endure and extend. And we understand that if teachers can do this well, then they'll transition from being a good teacher to a great teacher. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down these principles over the next couple of days. I don't want to give it to you all at once. So every day after the keynote, I'll break down a couple of principles. And the focus for today is encouragement and engagement. What does it mean to encouragement and engagement? Encouragement, for those of us that are taking notes, this is what you want to write down. I'll keep it quick. But encouragement means that students need to first believe that they can do something before you try to have them do it. Encouragement means that they have the belief in themselves that if it is possible, I know that I'm capable. So imagine if there's a student in your class that in 3rd grade, they struggled with fractions, and in 4th grade, now they have fractions with unlike denominators. Like I didn't get it the first time. Now you're throwing unlike denominators at me. And then I get to 5th grade and you want me to divide long division with oh no. So now they're sitting in your 5th grade class after years and years of being told they're not good with fractions, or years and years of experiencing that they're not good with fractions. And they don't even believe that they can do the work that you set in front of them. But highly effective teachers understand how to build relationships with students and encourage them in such a way that students fortify belief in themselves that say, I can do this thing. And if you're one of those teachers, you know, earlier today in the challenge, which we'll get to in a second, teachers were writing down their mantra of how you're going to start the year. And how many of us are committed to starting the year, helping students formulate the belief in their minds that I can do this thing. If it is possible, I believe that I'm capable. Like the teacher is challenging me because they love me and they trust me and they know that I can do this thing. Right? So highly effective teachers know how to encourage students, meaning we give them the belief that if something is possible, they are capable. Highly effective teachers also know how to engage students. Now, when we think about engagement, we maybe think about we have to do a dance and act, a dog and pony show. We've got to be like Tom Pache doing magic and things like that. But engagement goes beyond just what we do as teachers. But engagement means, watch this, that we are setting up an environment that allows students to receive the new information. It's a holistic approach. How are we setting up an environment that allows students to be able to receive that new information? So first we formulate the belief that they can do it. Then we create the environment that allows them to be able to receive that information, which means that we are putting them in, we are building relationships, we are integrating technology, right? We are making sure that we are using relevant information, all these things that go into building culture and climate and relationships in the classroom that allow the classroom to feel like a place where I am safe and I can receive this information you put in front of me, right? All highly effective teachers do these 6 things. We just focus on those 2 tonight: engagement and encouragement. And as we continue to go throughout this week, the challenges are going to pertain to the rest of those on the screen. I'm not going to give you all of way right now. I'm not going to give all of them to you. Tomorrow we'll cover empowerment. But today we had some amazing presenters that helped us understand how to build our muscle of encouragement and engagement. As a matter of fact, when we are thinking about it, this is something that all of us could focus on. But sometimes we wonder, how do I know which one I need? Daryl, do I need encouragement? Do I need engagement? Do I need empowerment? Like, what is a skill that I should be focused on as we go through this week? Well, you can either scan the QR code or use a link in the description. It's a video of me walking you through some questions to ask you about your current practice that will allow you to identify which of those 6 principles should be your focus as you start this school year. Right? Maybe as you ask, when you answer the questions, it's going to ask you, what are some of your struggles? Is it getting students seated? Is it that you're working too hard? You're staying late? And it's going to ask you some questions. And at the end, it's going to reveal to you, this is the pillar that you need to focus on to make this next school year your best school year, to start this school year right and make it all the way to day 180. All right. So if you want, you can scan the code or use the link in the description. It's also inside of your DM in school. So I sent it to everybody inside your DM in school. You can click it. And if you have the workbook, it is in there as well. All right. So it's going to help you figure out what to focus in on. Now, today we had some amazing brands, right? We had 4 sessions released today. There are 20 that will be released over the course of the week. We'll have some more coming out tomorrow, some more on Wednesday, some more on Thursday. So today we had Aaron Cotman that spoke to us. We had Rashawn Webb, right? We had Laura come and speak to us. And we definitely also had Mr. Reggie Key. So if you were inside of Impact, you saw those wonderful sessions today. If you did not get a chance to watch it yet, that's the amazing thing about the impact of the Complete 180 Conference. If you registered, then you can definitely watch these through all throughout the week. Now, earlier, I had to apologize to Laura. Earlier, there was just a snippet. We just wanted to tease you a little bit. Just want to give you a little, you know what I'm saying? Just give you a little tease. It was just a snippet of her course. But now it is completely uploaded and it will be also re-released so that you can continue to enjoy it for the whole rest of the week, right? I'm looking at the chat and I'm seeing that people are saying these chats were amazing. All right. Sorry, these sessions were amazing and that they were interested in watching them. They got it. And I love that. They're being empowered. You can see what the focus was there on the screen. And that's absolutely amazing. So tomorrow we've got some more sessions coming for you. And I love that you are enjoying yourselves. So check this out. I believe, so it's funny. I was talking to one of my friends recently, right? And I've traveled a lot, even today, right? Even today I had to travel to go speak. And tomorrow I'm traveling to go speak. Then I'm coming right back for the Complete 180 Conference. And I travel a lot. And it's funny, when I travel, I get on the plane and sometimes, sometimes you can sit wherever you want on the plane. But I'm a little bit particular, right? I'm a little bit particular. So for me, I've got to sit in 15F. That's my seat. Give me the window seat. Any other window seat people? Let me know in the comment section. If you're a window seat person, you're my person. Right side, window seat. That's me, right? But then some people, they're like, I need to sit in the exit row. Some people say I need to sit in first class, right? Now, we're all going to the same destination. Some people just prefer a different experience along the way. And that's absolutely okay. You get to choose your own experience. And what I want to do is allow you to be able to see the way that you can experience the Complete 180 Conference, right? We're all going to the same destination. If you are listening to this right now, you're on the plane. You're on the plane. We are flying to the start of the school year. We're going to help you start with practical strategies for immediate impact, right? You are going to get to your destination. The only question is, what is your experience going to be like all the way there? Well, if you have the free ticket, you are absolutely good. You're locked in. You get the whole entire week. You can enjoy the sessions, watch the replays, do all the things for this whole week, right? But if you look at the screen, Perhaps you're saying that you want the conference workbook, which so many people are asking about, and you want to stay inside of Impact just a little bit longer. You like the conversations that are happening, right? You're starting to make friends. You leveled up a little bit. You're a level 2 now. You want to kind of see what's going on. So if you want to stay inside of Impact just a little bit longer and you want access to that downloadable workbook, that's actually the enhanced learning ticket. If you want lifetime access to the recordings, right? If that's you that said, listen, I just saw somebody in the comment section that said, I'm not going to be able to watch all these live, right? It's okay. We'll give you access to everything. Hal's keynote, tomorrow, Mickey's keynote, all the different keynotes and all the presentations. You want lifetime access, that's going to be in the lifetime learning option. Then there's a VIP learning option. And that VIP option, yes, is going to have the workbook, right? Yes, it's going to have lifetime access to the recordings. But also next week, we're going to have an exclusive strategy session with a small group of teachers. All right. So if you want to be in that small group of teachers, probably less than 20 of us on a Zoom, not on, YouTube like this, but on a Zoom, really strategizing and preparing for the next school year, right? That is what's going to happen inside of our strategy session. But that's not all, because our VIP learners also get access to Impact for a whole entire year. And I'm going to tell you something really cool about that in a second, but they get access for a whole entire year. Also, they get entry into a clear the list sweepstakes. At the end of this week, I'm going to clear somebody's Amazon wish list. Why? Because I remember being a struggling new teacher and just wishing that my students would come in with a pencil. They will come into class and they're like, you don't have any pencil? You got a 1 subject notebook for all your classes, right? And I remember being in a situation where the school expected me as the teacher to finance my students' education. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we clear somebody's Amazon wish list. And that is reserved for our VIP ticket holders. And then also, this is probably the biggest. I don't know if you heard me. This is probably the biggest one. I've only announced it inside of Impact. I'm releasing a new book that is coming out in the next couple of weeks. And it is called the New Teacher Playbook. Right? It's called the New Teacher Playbook. It is for those teachers who are stepping into newness, whether it is stepping into the classroom for the first time, stepping into a new school year, stepping into a new school, a new grade level, if you are experiencing some newness this upcoming school year, the New Teacher Playbook is exactly what you need to help you start this year right and continue and last all the way to the day 180, right? I'm going to be giving paperback copies of the unreleased version of the book, because it hasn't even been published yet. But I've got some copies, and our VIP ticket holders are going to be able to have access to that, right? So some people are asking, Mr. Daryl, I'm already VIP. Awesome. I got you, right? We'll get your address, and we'll send it out to you. I'll do it myself. So again, I'm laying it out because I know that some people are curious. They're like, how can I get the most out of this situation? Remember, everybody's on the plane. I promise you, if you're listening to this, we're all on the plane. You just get to decide where you're going to sit. You know, sit by the window, sit in the aisle, exit row, first class, where you're going to sit. It's completely up to you. No pressure, whatever it is you want to do. If you are interested, you can see on the screen that the link is already in the description where you can, if you've already purchased a ticket and you want to upgrade to VIP, you can use those codes that you see on the screen, and it'll discount your ticket so that you don't have to, pay the full price all over again. But you can upgrade to the VIP ticket. It's $99 for the VIP ticket, and you get everything that we just mentioned. So that is completely up to you. And it's funny. So last week, I actually went to, where was I? Texarkana. Anybody ever been to Texarkana? Shout out if you are from Texarkana, because I went out there and I invited some people to the conference. If you're here live and you saw me last week in Hope, Arkansas, then let me know. But I flew to Texarkana, and as you can imagine, it's really small. It's a real place. I didn't even know it was a real place, y'all, but it is a real place. It is literally on the line between Texas and Arkansas. It's called Texarkana. And it was a very small plane. And because it was such a small plane, they actually upgraded my seat. I was originally sitting in my seat, 15F, and they stepped me up into first class. And I was like, huh. So I sat in the first class seat. And listen, y'all, I was like right behind the pilot. So I walked in, and before anybody else even got on the plane, they were asking, would you like something to drink, sir? I was like, what? Come on now. Like, that's what they do. Then we took off, and then after we took off, they came and asked me if I wanted a refill. Well, what? So first class is just different. I'm stretching out. I'm 5'7", y'all. I don't need first class. I'm stretching out my legs. Like, it's just sitting straight up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is a pretty cool experience. To be honest, if I had to pay for the first class ticket, I'm okay. Like, I'm simple guy. I'm good in 15F. It's okay. Whenever you come by with my Sprite, that's fine. I don't need it before we take off. Like, I'm cool. I don't need to fly first class. But if somebody's gonna upgrade me, oh yeah, I'll take that ticket. 10 times out of 10, I'll take it. Which is why I think that it is so very interesting that is gonna happen for somebody here tonight. Let me first say that I want to give a special shout out to Laura and Heather. Why? Because in March, when we had the Complete 180 conference, Laura and Heather were sitting in the same exact position that you are. They came in, but they were VIP ticket holders, and they joined Impact. They were inside of Impact for a year. They were on a strategy session. We got to meet each other in a small group. I got to hear the amazing things that they're doing inside of their school buildings. I was like, I really want to connect with you all. They ended up leading some of the Impact sessions. They started leading some sessions on our exclusive Tuesday nights, and they were doing some amazing work. And now both of them are presenting in the conference. I'm just showing, like, this is the transformation. They were literally on the other side of the screen, exactly as you are right now. And today, Laura's presentation went live today. Heather's presentation is going live in the next couple of days. We've got 4 or 5 other Impact members that are speaking, but I just thought this was so surreal that literally just 3 months ago, they were in the same seat as you. But they said, let me upgrade my experience. And now look at the relationship that we formed and the impact that they are creating, not just here in conferences like this, but in their school community in the world. So shout out to them. Shout out to you. Keep being amazing. But what I was saying, like, how incredible would it be if somebody just gave you a first class ticket? Last year, we had an amazing Impact member. Community is so dope, y'all. Community is so incredible. We had an amazing Impact member that she said, you know what? I want to gift somebody lifetime access. That's what she did. I want to gift somebody lifetime access. And she did it. Shout out to her. And then this year, I guess somebody was inspired by that. And somebody said, you know what? I want to gift somebody a VIP ticket. I want to upgrade somebody to first class that's not even expecting it. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to upgrade somebody to first class. Is that all right? We're going to upgrade somebody to first class. Listen, I haven't done this in person, but check this out. As I told you, you didn't come here for perfection, did you? We're going to upgrade somebody to first class. We're going to give a VIP ticket away. All right. So I use a name randomizer. Look at this name. Look at the name randomizer, y'all. This is supposed to be all different colors, but you can see that it says we have 1,208 entries. 1,208 entries. These are all the people that registered for the Complete 180 conference. And what I'm going to do right now, because somebody gifted a free upgrade to the 99, the free upgrade to the VIP ticket, I'm going to randomly select a person. And that person, you have 24 hours to claim your ticket. If not, I'm going to run it again. Right? You've got 24 hours to claim your ticket. Let's see. Let's see who it's going to be. Let it roll. Hopefully it doesn't break my computer down. It's cycling through over 1,200 names. And Mr. Justin Boyd, we will also put this out of Impact. If you're here live, you just got yourself a VIP ticket. If not, we're going to put this inside of Impact. You heard me say it. You got 24 hours, Justin. You got 24 hours to claim your ticket. If not, I'll run it again tomorrow and we'll give another one away. But shout out to you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for that kind person that said they wanted to upgrade somebody's experience. But that being said, that wasn't even tonight's giveaway. I know, right? Amber, that's a lot of names. That wasn't even tonight's giveaway. Giveaways are always associated with the challenges. So today's challenge, if you look inside of Impact, today's challenge was to write your first day message, right? You're not worried about perfection. You can read the screen. It's to write your first day message. This is what you saw inside of Impact, and craft a short welcome message that you're going to share with your students on day one. something that's going to set the tone for your classroom, for your culture, right? It could be a sentence, a quote, a mantra, something that reflects the vibe that you want. That was today's challenge. And every day there's going to be a challenge inside of the Impact community. And everybody who completes the challenge by 5 p.m. is entered in a raffle. All right. So that being said, we went through, shout out to Sophie, going through, grabbing the names of everybody who commented. We read through them. You guys, some mantras were strong. Like this, I was like, some of you need to, you need to get a copyright on that, because somebody's going to take it and put it on a t-shirt, right? You need to copyright it before someone else does. But we took those names and we are going to gift a VIP ticket to somebody who completed the challenge. So Justin, right? Justin, you got yours just for being here because somebody donated it. But this was our planned giveaway. This one has a little bit less. You can see the names here. Here we go. We're rolling the screen and we're giving away a VIP ticket to Miss Latanya Hobbs. Latanya, if you are here, you got a VIP ticket. We will post it inside of the school community as well. Come on, let's celebrate Latanya, y'all. Let's celebrate it. Come on, shout out. Listen, Chef B just said, tomorrow, I'm not missing it. You're not, Emery. Don't miss it. Tomorrow's challenge is going to go live first thing in the morning. Check it out inside of Impact. Complete the challenge, win prizes when you are on the live session. All right, Latanya, I've got your name here. We're going to check you out tomorrow. And shout out to you. Love people are celebrating you in the chat. Congratulations. You've got it. You've got it. Awesome. I love it. So tomorrow, we've decided to go with teacher wellness prizes. We've decided to go with teacher wellness gifts over the course of the week. So tomorrow, we are giving away a weighted blanket because we know that somebody needs to start the year right, feeling warm and good, with a good night's sleep. Come on, somebody say a good night's sleep. So tomorrow, we're giving away a weighted blanket. All you got to do is come participate in the challenge. So if you are not if you are not registered for the conference, if you're just watching this live on YouTube or something of that nature, or you're on Facebook or LinkedIn, if you're not registered for the challenge, you won't be able to participate. So the registration link is simple. It's in the description below. Just go ahead and register so that you can participate in the challenge. You can see all of the breakout sessions. You can really learn from this amazing community. You see the chat. You see how we support each other. You see how we love each other. And you see how we just want to do what's best for our students. I can't wait for tomorrow. We've got some more amazing presentations coming at you, going live at 6 a.m. All right. Doesn't mean you have to watch it at 6, but last time we had some early birds. I tried to release them at 8 a.m. and somebody said, can you please release it earlier? I want to watch it as soon as I wake up. So we released them at 6 a.m. Your new sessions, they'll be available for you. All right. If you are interested in all the things that we mentioned earlier, remember, everybody's on a plane. You choose your experience. The link is in the description for you to be able to do just that. Tomorrow's keynote is by Mr. Mickey Smith Jr. And if you don't know who Mr. Mickey Smith Jr. is, he is a Grammy Award winning saxophone playing, education loving, right, teacher that is actually still in the classroom as well. And he's bringing his talents tomorrow. I cannot wait. I know that you can either. So I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for being in our world. And thank you for not judging us and looking for perfection. And I hope that you experienced some inspiration. I'll catch you on the next one tomorrow. Take care, and I'll see you soon.